Hello and welcome everyone, this is Wylker, and this is my Space Engineers Let's Play. I just logged in after taking a few days off and I noticed something horrible. This is our monstrosity, and you'll see for the most part the entire middle of the ship is gone. All my cool glass blocks are gone and a lot of my side armor is gone. And I believe what happened here is that the small ship mod pack updated, and I'm not intimately familiar with how mods work in Space Engineers like I am with Minecraft. My assumption here, and there's probably a log or a console that I can look at to confirm this, but my assumption here is that the block IDs or something changed. Oh, that's nice. The block IDs or something changed. Oh my gosh. Wow. And it seems to have melted the ship a little bit. So what I'm going to do is put this thing back together and I'll be back. What we're going to work on today after I fix my ship is getting the inventory system up and going. So let me get this thing fixed and I will be right back. Well guys, I'm back, and I ended up having to revert this save. Breaking the ship caused all kinds of issues for me. Oh. So it looks like the mod maker of the small ship parts mod updated the mod on the 6th, and it has created all kinds of issues for lots of people. I went some research in his workshop thread, and there's problems. So it's not a big deal. We'll be able to fix the ship later, and it shouldn't interfere with what we're trying to do today. So we're going to go ahead and build some more stuff. And to do that, we're also going to probably want to clear out some more space, because I think what I want is another large cargo container. I think maybe we'll do it, yeah, we might do it below that one. Then we're going to need a couple blocks we haven't used yet, which is a timer block and a programmable block. So let's get that stuff cranking. Let's see here. Production. Assembler. Small, large. Let's get that thing cooking. You know what? Actually, we're not going to build that yet. Let's get the sorting system going first, and then we'll go from there. So what we're going to need is two things. We're going to need a programmable block, which looks like this. Then we're going to need a timer block, which I thought was right here around here somewhere. There it is. Cool. All right. Oh, goodness. It's 20 of those and 5 computers, huh? What I was going to say was we could probably just steal those out of our... yeah, I'll just do this. Cool. Alright, so we can build these in a kind of out-of-the-way place. So we're going to come down here. This is going to be kind of our sub-basement level, in which we will build inventory and other controls and stuff. So we're just going to make ourselves a little room here. Maybe, yeah, we'll do it just right up here next to the beacon. Just gonna make a little bit of space. Not a big deal. And this is one of the cool features of the workshop that we're gonna play with too. So let's get our programmable block built. Programmable block. And then our timer. start off with this guy. I don't think that yellow side is supposed to be up. Yeah, it's upside down. It's okay, I don't care. And then get this guy built. And then right next to him we'll build our little timer, which is also upside down. That looks good. Okay. Oh, not enough construction components. Let's see here. Good. Done. All right, so now what we want to do is we want to access our programmable block. And what we're going to do here is we're going to click on Edit. And now we can import stuff from the workshop. So we're going to come over here to Browse Workshop. And you'll notice here are the two workshop scripts that I've subscribed to. So we're going to go to Cargo Inventory Sorter. And we're going to go to... we just double click it. And here is your imported script. Ta-da! So we're going to check code. Compiled successful. That means it all imported successfully. Now we're going to go remember and exit. Cool. Now we have a programmable block. And we'll come back to the timer block in just a minute because first we want to make sure that we set everything up correctly. So let's get out of here. Okay, let's talk about what we want to happen. First of all, our small cargo container that we've been dealing with the entire time is going to become our generic overflow. Okay, and then we want you know, I want to check something here. I was having a problem earlier getting this thing to pull ores correctly. So let's just do a quick test, shall we? I wish they'd make it so you could like pick a default on this side so that double clicking would put it all in there, but I don't know.
Meteor storm inbound.
Meteor storm inbound. Okay, so right now everything is in our large cargo container, right? I don't know, get the rest of this crap in here. Let's see. Yeah, I think I just want to put everything in here for now. Nickel. We don't want to turn off the reactor, which is what I nearly just did. Okay, so right now everything's in the large cargo container. So let's just check something here. So we're going to go to production. Hello. Okay, production, and let's just make one steel plate. Okay, cool, it did it. I just wanted to make sure, because like I said, I was having issues. Well, that was the fabricator. Let's see if the assembler can do it too. Okay, cool. Everything's working. Hooray! All right, great. And that's really important because what we're going to do here is not going to account for that. So we want to do a couple of quick things here. I don't know if you guys noticed in the script for the programmable block, we're going to rename this one to inventory sorter. Up here it gives us a couple pieces of information about this script. The sorting string enabled script is the $, and the separate inventories is a pipe. There's also a couple of other ones. If we want to separate parameters, we use a colon, and a hyphen will ignore things. So let's give you a quick example of what we're doing here. Let's say I want to have all of my iron. Let's pick something easier. Let's say we want all of our components to go into our small cargo container. Okay. So what we're going to do is we're going to come to our small cargo container, and we are going to name it small cargo components. Okay. Now, that did not put anything in there, and the reason it didn't is because you also have to run your script. So let's grab our inventory sorter and run it. Oh, that's right. You have to have a container for unsorted items. Let's see, and it's supposed to be named something too. Darn it. Let's see, what is this thing supposed to be named? Let me just tab out real quick and check it. That is supposed to be named. It's like hashtag other or something. I don't even remember. Let's see here. Let's see. Cargo inventory sorter. Can you guys see me looking in Steam? I don't know. I'll have to check it later. Yeah, it's called hashtag other. So, darn it. We are going to need one more small cargo container somewhere. So let's grab that thing. Let's see. Assembler, large blocks. Let's go down here. What I'm going to do is I'm going to actually just attach this right to the side of this in an area that we're not going to be using really. Or we can move it later, doesn't matter. Okay. Oops. I thought I had one on there. Now, small containers should work, right? Yeah, they have the same output on all four sides. Okay. So now, let's get that going. Control panel. So now we have small cargo container 2. We're going to rename this one other. Is it other or others? Let's see. Inventory sorter, edit. There it is, other. Yeah, we need that right there. It was right in our right in the script I was showing you. Okay. So now we're going to run it. Now, if you watch, that should have sorted. Oh, yeah. So it's not sorting into this because we have to also tell it to sort out of this large cargo container. So you have to indicate it to look at it. So we're going to come here. We're going to put this on there. And we'll name this one main storage. All right, let's try this one more time. And there they are, all my components, all in my small cargo container. Okay, and then you'll notice if I put something into, oh, by the way, it sorted all the stuff out of the large cargo container because it didn't have any direction on where to put it. So this is important. If a container is being sorted and there's no indication of where to put it, then it will automatically sort it into your other, which is why that thing exists. So for example, what we can do now is we can go to our main storage and we can tell it all minus components. Okay, so now watch what happens. Now you'll notice all gets sorted into our main storage, but components still get sorted into there, and it moved the what are those things called? Construction components out of our main storage block and into the small cargo components block. Let's talk about how this thing works with stuff like the assembler. So what we want to do is make sure that anything that gets dumped out of the assembler automatically ends up where it's supposed to. So what we're going to do is we're going to go to our assembler and we're going to name this thing like this, but we want it to ignore the input. So I want it to leave the input side of it alone. So I'm going to use the pipe to sort it. And I think you can put this after the name like this. I'm not sure. We'll try it. But what this should do is automatically leave the input of this block alone, but take all output and dump it into the components, or wherever it's supposed to go. In this case, components. So let's see. We go back to our. Remember, what we have is we have some nickel and some cobalt in the input, and we have 40 construction components in the output. So when we run this, this should turn to 200, right? And that should be empty. So inventory sorter, run, inventory, and there we go. That's still there, and the output has been moved to the small cargo components storage. Now, a couple of things about this script. It's really cool. It's really easy to use, and it's nice and powerful, but it doesn't do a couple things. Number one, it doesn't check for available space. So you've got to be a little bit careful about your inventory management. You got to keep an eye on it. And as far as I know, it also, I don't think you can't have like sub-sorting, right? Like the script runs across your entire network. Now, what I have not tried is having two available inventories with the same items allowed in it. So we can try that real quick and see if it blows up. Let's go to our connector. Connector is a good place to check out inventory. So connector. Components. That should work. And then now let's move some stuff back into main storage. Let's see what happens with this. Might explode. Let's see. Okay, those ended up back in there. The other thing I wasn't sure about is like if maybe that'll work for overflow. I don't know. We'll have to mess with it later. Oh, and I did want to check this real quick. Let's see if I put that back in there. As you can tell, I haven't played with this that much, so I'm kind of learning it with you guys. Let's see here. What happens if we name this? What happens if we do this? Whoa. I'm going to see if this works. And then we'll try the same thing with these small cargo components. Okay. So now let's go to our inventory, move these metal grids, we'll stick them back in there, and let's do a sort. Yeah, see, that didn't work. Interesting. Okay. Should it work like that? Nothing. See, still there. All right. So we definitely need to move this back to there. And this back to there. And that worked. All of our components are back where they're supposed to be. Which makes me think maybe I did this one wrong. Let's check that out. Connector components. Okay, so then we'll go back to here. Let's try this again. Do. Okay, this time they both ended up in there. So, I don't know. I don't know if that's based off like distance or what, but we'll have to play with it some more and see once we get a little bit more full up on items, kind of how that works. And the reason this is going to be really cool is because, dang it, what we want to be able to do is automatically dump everything into the builder, right? When it's connected. So what we should be able to do here is what's going on here? Okay, what we should be able to do here now is from here go to our medium cargo container. We should be able to do that. Okay. Wrong button, guys. Sorry. And I've been playing other games. I'm having a hard time flying. There we go. Let's lock that thing up. Okay, now what we should be able to do is come back to our inventory sorter and run this. Watch our inventory. Okay. There's our inventory right here. Should be able to run this, and now it's gone, and it's all in there now. Yeah, you see how much the capacity that jumped up? So we dumped everything back into there. So that's at 35K. Our medium storage here can only hold 24,000. So what we can do through manipulating this script is we can have it dump items to and from kind of wherever we want it. Or of course we can manually move stuff. Okay, so then the next thing we need to do is get that thing running all the time. That way, if we ever put stuff in a assembler or refinery or whatever, it'll all end up going where it's supposed to. To that end, we're going to come down here to our timer block, and we're going to put it on a 2-second delay, and we are going to set up actions. And what we want it to do is we're going to have it trigger itself second. Where on earth is the programmable block? There it is. And we're going to have it run the inventory sorter and then trigger itself. So what should happen here is if we hit trigger now, it should count down. Oh, I'm sorry. If we hit start, it should run, trigger itself. What did I screw up? Oh, we want start is what we want. All right, let's try that again. Did the same thing twice, right? There it goes. So now every 2 seconds it's sorting. So now if we were to go into our inventory and we were to say take these connectors or these things, these grids, and put them into main storage, bam, they're gone. They're up there. And they're gone. They're up there. Cool, right? So as long as that timer's running, it'll automatically sort this stuff. And we can, you know, we can go above and beyond this. Like we can make a container for ores. And then the ores will automatically accumulate and feed into the into like a refinery system, or if we wanted all of our ingots in a certain place, we could totally do all that with it. So that's kind of how that thing works. The other item I want to go ahead and make real quick, because I have no idea how it works, and we're going to have to figure it out together, is the AI block. So we're going to need another programmable block. Let's go to our assembler. Build another one of these things. Now watch what's going to happen. It's going to pull all the components out, right? So you have to decide if that's what you want. Okay. Now we're going to build another one of these things. Where do you want to build this one? Down here is going to be like our array of computers, I guess. Oh, it's not going to let me do it without steel plate. We don't need that many, I don't think. Okay. All right, what do we need here? We need a computer, display, motors, large steel tubes, and construction components. So, computers, I'm just going to grab 10 of each for now. Computers, motors, displays,
meteor storm inbound.
large steel tubes. I only needed 2 of those if I remember correctly. Construction components. Alright, so I have no idea what this script does, or like if it's horribly awful. I've never used it, but it seems really cool, so I want to do it. So we're going to do the same thing we did before. We're going to go to Edit, Browse Workshop, Ship AI Core. Okay, so here's all the instructions. The script will what? Cuts off. It's hilarious. Okay. So, I don't know. I don't have any idea what I'm supposed to be doing with this thing, but we're going to run it. Check code. Sweet. Okay. Now, what I guess we're supposed to do is, build some of these things. Right? We're going to do this. Honestly, I have no idea what's going on, so hopefully this will work out. Okay, so now what we want to build is an LCD thing. Oh, it's a 2x1. All right, I thought it was a 2x2. That's okay. $12 computers, 20 displays. Easy enough. What I'd love to do is build a script based off that script that we have. Okay, so titles, text, textures. Heh. Okay. Let's see here. Remove. Okay, so what I'm supposed to do with this is, oh, that didn't work. Okay. I'll tell you what, let me just go check on this thing real quick and we'll see how it works. All right, so I did a little bit more reading on this thing, and this is how this thing works. And by the way, there's 2 AI mods. We may want to switch over and use the other one. There's one by another mod maker that's, I think, more designed for bases, but I still want to make this work so we can kind of compare the two of them. So what's going to happen here is, you notice I built a second LCD panel, and this thing's got to be called AI_storage for this mod. And that's just lets it use internal variables. Here I hooked it up, you can see it if I switch this to public. So that's all of its variables, okay? Turn that back to none. Okay, and then this guy we're going to go ahead and call, all it does is look for something that ends in _status, but we're going to call it AI_status. Perfect. And then we want to make sure on this one that we get public text on screen. And there it is. Look at that. And then we want to be able to update this thing. So last but not least, we are going to need another timer block. Let's see, build this one. Ugh, I'm stuck. Where do we want to build this? Is there like space right here? Yeah. Build it right there. Oh, maybe not. Add components, we could build it. Let's see, what does this thing take? Plate, construction component, computer, okay. Oh, 30 construction component. Nice. We're just gonna wedge that thing right in there. Perfect. Now we're gonna get out of here. I have to make this bigger one of these days. Oh wow, it's the wrong way. Okay. So now what we should be able to do, what's going on here? We should be able to go into our new timer block. So we'll set this one to I don't know, 8 seconds. Have it run that. Then we will have it start itself. For some reason that erased our screen. There it goes. So that should update every 8 seconds. Let's test it. Let's build, I don't know. Build 100 more steel plates. And then what should happen there is, oh, there it goes. Look at that. One active assembly. I like it. All right, that's very cool. So guys, that's all we're gonna do today. That's our inventory system storage kind of setup and our basic base status AI setup. Next episode, we'll test the other mod, the other AI mod, and see if we like it better. But in the meantime, it's very cool. This gives us our update on power. I wish it told us how long time-wise we had power left, but that's okay. Looks like it gives you a lot of information, so we can totally work with this. If you guys have any ideas or things to add to this, I'd appreciate hearing them. And with that being said, I will hopefully see you guys next time. Thanks so much for watching.